Hey students, this video is covering exercise 2b, the layers collage. This is an exciting assignment because you get to use a little more creativity for the module 2. And this focuses strictly on combining text, image, and a background. Okay, so for the first thing you want to do is check out stock photography sites that I provide both in the assignment page when you read the steps and for your instructions. And then also I have it located in resources. So you really can't go wrong. You can also use your own photography. Of course, I would promote that all the time. Original photography is always best. As a graphic designer, we need to know never to copy other artwork, any other documentation of others, and we need to work with a lot of what we have in our free resources because it's always best and more cost effective. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to need a total of 2 to 3 images of your own choice for the exercise. You're going to want to register for the stock photography sites if you want a photo from there. You can certainly use a low-res image. They're going to be small, and many of them will guide you to a download page. Some stock photography sites let you have your free images if you use or credit the photographer, which I think is a great idea. I've used a couple of mine, and of course you're not going to see me credit the photographer, but when you submit yours, I'd love to see you within your submission link credit the photographer that if you're using a stock photography site. Or even you can say original photography by and then your name if you're using it, if you don't want anybody else to capture the imagery that's yours. Okay, so Google Web Grabs are not acceptable for this assignment. You're going to compose a basic collage using separate layers in Photoshop. So let's go ahead and create a new document. So File, New, or if you launch, you can do Create New. And we are going to set up a document that's 5 by 5. And we're going to name it, of course, your last name. So mine would be Hughes _ I think the last one, e2a, e2b, e2b. Okay, and then I'm going to do the size 5 by 5, and then we're going to make the resolution 72. And then using Photoshop skills we've learned to date, we're going to compose a collage using layers, and the layer names are what we're going to start with. Don't worry too much about the pixels, the RGB, the white background, any of that right now. Go ahead and hit create. All right, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit because it's such small resolution. We want to kind of blow it up just a little bit. I'm going to go to the move tool and I'm going to use the imagery that I downloaded. So how do we do that? We do file place, or we can all place linked, or we can always open from as well, but I prefer to do place linked. So I'm going to go ahead and do download, go to my downloads and grab this one. So I place that, and then I'm going to double click to confirm. Of course, this sits right on top of my background, and it's also a smart object. So I'm going to go ahead and move this around to how I like it. I'm also going to edit, transform, scale this image. So it's big enough. You know, if you want to scale it proportionately, it usually scales proportionately. Hit shift if you do not want it to scale proportionately. That's new in Photoshop. It used to be the opposite. So sometimes I get confused that way. All right, so you have that for the background, and I want this to be not a smart object. So I'm going to go up to Layer, Rasterize, Smart Object. The icon goes away. All right, and of course you can keep working in smart object form if you want. All right, so the next one, we want to go ahead and place another one. So we're going to do File, Place Linked. I'm going to head out to where this is again. That's download. I'm going to download to do curly hair here. Right, and I'm going to double click on that one. Of course, I want to make that a image. I'm sorry, layer, rasterize, smart object. Okay, so now we've got 3 different layers. We've got a background layer, but that's not really our background. You can go ahead, we're not going to use this. I like to have white underneath all my stacking layers, It's always kind of nice. But if we're not going to use it, we can always just trash it too. So that's fine as well. The next thing I want to do, I'm going to create some text. But first I want to name my layers. It has you name layers. We're going to go ahead and name the background background. The white isn't really my background. So click, double click, and then we're going to say right on the image that you want to be your background, you're going to name that background. Okay. And then this one's going to be image. They're both images, but we're just getting used to naming. And then you can just let that default to white. White background. We'll do that just to kind of help you. All right, so one thing I want to do is I want to select around because I really like the feel of sort of this bright red color over a regular background. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to again do my magnetic lasso tool because I love that so much. And while I'm on the image of this person, I'm going to go around. Of course, you can go really slow and get some more of those details. Okay, I'm just going to do my best here. Go around, capture some details. And of course, I'm at a weird crossroads. Yes, you do go all the way around like this. Because I do want to close this. You gotta physically click on the enclosure. And again, this time I did the background and not the foreground, so I can go ahead and just hit delete if I want. So now what we have is, of course, we have some really bad details of a crop. You can always zoom in and you can use your eraser. You can actually, you know, again, if I hit the eraser and it looks way too big of a brush size, those brackets, those left and right brackets, shrink, get bigger, smaller, and you can get right in there for some of these and just kind of work around it. You can do that. You can find many other ways to start to retouch this, and that we'll get into much further in future modules. But for right now, we have the gist of what I wanted to do, place another image over a background. I do see some of these. I'm going to enlarge this just a little bit. I do see some of that red that stayed. Of course, you can get rid of it this way with your eraser tool. I've got my names on my layers. I'm adjusting what I need right now. And then the last bit of this assignment, this layers collage, is I want to add a text layer. You can go to your T tool in the toolbar, click on it. The last thing I'd like to do is just click. When you click, it automatically fills with the last known font size, and it will automatically fill with Greek text. So the first thing I want to do is shrink that because that's just way too big. I'll go down to 100. Still a little big. I'll do 60. That's better. Okay, and then I don't like Myriad Pro for this one. I'm going to try and find something a little more maybe hip. We'll see if that goes. I don't really see it changing much. Maybe it's just going slow. Maybe not. Maybe that was it. All right, so I'm going to do Avenir Next Condensed. Okay, I'm going to hit the move tool and move this to a place that I want it to move. And already it's kind of looking like a CD cover or something. So I'm going to say Pondering Time. Okay. So that's the name of the album. And that's sort of what came to mind for me. I like the color over the top of it all, and that's my text. And so I need to change that to to text layer. All right, and then I want you guys to keep it like this. Don't rasterize the text. Usually we might rasterize the text similar to how we rasterize a smart object, but this time I want to know that you wrote the text, and that's simply what I want to see. I want you to type something over the top. That's up to you. It can be a quote. It can be anything you want. Like it can be a title of something that you've made up. And then I want you to kind of put something interesting together as a collage. So you have to have text, you have to have image, and you have to have a background. You have to keep it in layers. Go ahead and save it. File, save as. And then you want to save that e2b. And then let it default again to the Photoshop document layers. Go ahead and say save. And then say okay. Make sure you compress this. Again, right-click on the file. If you save it on your desktop or wherever, right-click on it, send to archive zip, or if you're on a Mac, click on the file and go to, as long as you're in the Finder, go to File Compress, and then upload the zip file, because many times I cannot access something that's has not been compressed. Okay, you'll get 25 points for this second little exercise, and enjoy this one. Have fun, be a little expressive if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.